Welcome to our weekly Parsha Insights. This is W. Grossman with the Institute of Jewish Chaplaincy, and this week is Parsha's Vayeitzei. Vayeitzei Yaakov mi Beersheva. We are known as Bnei Yisrael, the children of Israel. We're not called Bnei Avram, he was the father of many nations. We're not called Bnei Yitzchak, who had two nations. We're called Bnei Yisrael, the Jewish people. The name Yisrael is the other name that Jacob is given. And why is it that we're called Bnei Yisrael instead of Isaac and Abraham? So let's look at their different insights, their paths there. Avram had 2 and then 6 more sons, but only one continued in his divine service. Yitzchak, Isaac, had 2 sons, but only one continued in his format of divine service. Yaakov, Jacob, had 12 sons, and yet all of them continued in this way of service. So what is it that was unique about Yaakov, Jacob, that all 12 of his sons followed in his path? So Avram is what we call ish chesed, a man of kindness, of deep kindness, completely chesed, optimal loving kindness without giving any restraints. And he taught his sons and his disciples with unbridled spirituality, and he took them to new heights that they could never achieve on their own. Whereas Yitzchak was completely gevura, discipline, giving when warranted, guarded. And he elevated his students through developing them individually. But Jacob, was the teferis, harmony, the beautiful synthesis of opposites. He blended the two approaches to ensure maximum sustainability without forfeiting spiritual transcendence. The best of both worlds. And it's interesting to note that in each situation of father and son, whether it's Avram and Yitzchak, or Yitzchak to Yaakov, Yaakov to his sons, in each situation, we see that they had to forge their own journey, their own path, maintaining what the forefathers had previously done, but creating their own path with that as well. And more importantly, each father acknowledges and encourages that his son must create his own journey to divine service. And this is one of the messages of this week's Parsha, Vayeitzei, which means to go out. He went out. In order for our children, students, our team, to begin their own journey, they must leave the comforts of home and create their own journey, taking all that they've learned, gathering the information from previous generations, and gathering all that together to create their own journey. A ship is safe in harbor, but that's not what ships are for. I hope this insight is helpful. Have a great week.